keep it on and poppin'. Ooh, yeah. Shorty, the way you wearing that top got your boys so hot, ain't no mistaken plan. Faking, you got me open and waiting and poppin'. You keep me on and poppin'.
Hey guys, welcome back to my full figure life. It's your favorite girl, Ashley. This video is all about these eyebrows. If you want to find out how to get the perfect Instagram eyebrows, stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna talk through this. I'm nice and close. We ain't gonna have no music playing in this video. It's all about these eyebrows, right? Alright. So the first thing I do before I do my brows, my face is already washed, moisturized. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a cotton ball and some of this Garnier micellar water, and I'm just gonna wipe my brows down just to make sure that there's no lotion or any kind of product on my brows, because if you have any product on your eyebrows, the brow gel, powder, all that stuff will kind of like slip off a little bit. So you want to make sure there's nothing on your brows before you do your eyebrows. So let's wipe my brows down and make sure there's no lotion or anything on my eyebrows. So there's nothing on my brows. You see, that's a clean cotton ball. The next thing I do is I like to color correct before I do my brows and let the color corrector just sit on my face before I work on my brows, my foundation and all that, just to make sure it's totally set. So I'm going to color correct my face, then I'm going to get into my brows. So I go under my eyes, I go on my cheeks, around my mouth, and right here on my nose where I have dark spots. So then I use my fingers. I used to use like a brush and stuff, but I used to leave like streaks in it. So sometimes your best tool is your hands. So I just work in my color corrector. Put it on my lids as well. So, now that we look like an Oompa Loompa, it's time to get into these eyebrows. Alright. I'm telling y'all all my secrets. Everybody named Mama been asking me about these eyebrows of mine. Alright, so the first thing I do is I take an almost black brow gel. See this one? I'm using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Brow Palette. I'm going to take this almost black color, and I'm just going to put that on the tail. You don't want to have super dark brows, so I only use the almost black color on the tail. The rest of my brow, I use a brown color. So, I'm going to show y'all. So, I just dip the black color in this. This is just a flat synthetic brush. You guys use synthetic brushes for cream or what kind of products. You use natural hair brushes for powders. So I have this very small, precise, it's kind of angled, this brow brush. I got this from e.l.f. So I take that black color and I make my tail. Do you see that? I go to the other side, make this end tail. Now with the same product on the brush, I try to create my arch a little bit, but I do not even go towards the half of my brow because I don't want them super dark. So maybe I do go up to the half of my brow, but not past the half of my brow. So I'm creating my arch. I'm going to do that to the other side. I just feel when you use the black at the tail, it just makes your eyebrows so much sharper and crisp. Okay. Okay, now that I got the tail, I look crazy, but this is exactly what I do every day. When I do them eyebrows, you guys love and always ask me about. So these are the black tails. Now, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow in the color dark brown. Use the same brush. Dip it in. And we're going to fill in the first part, the beginning part of our eyebrows. You don't want to use the product on the top of your brow. So what I do is I line the bottom of my eyebrow and then I use the brush and just work it up towards the top. But do not add more product on the top of your brow or you're going to get those crazy boxy brows, and those are a no-no. So we're just going to use that in. You notice I'm not adding a bunch of product because I don't want to have crazy, like, waxy kind of eyebrows. I want them to look as natural as possible. So right here when I'm getting to the top, I'm using a brush flat and I'm just making strokes up. See? You see how that looks? We ain't even done yet. But you see how, what I'm talking about? How I didn't add any more product to the top of the front part of my brow? Now let's do the other side. Just dip it in my dip brow. And do the same thing to the other side. Make your brush flat and just fill in the top. You see how natural that looks? So here's the base of our eyebrows. Do you see that? They're coming together, guys. So now what I do is, in that same Studio Pro palette, I'm going to take this dark brown brow powder. Don't talk about my palette, y'all. This is really the stuff that I use every single day. So I'm taking this brown brow powder and I'm going to fill in my brows. But be careful not to overdo it in the front part of your eyebrows. So I'm going to dip my brush in the brow powder. And work this through my whole brow. Now we're gonna do the other side. So this is how my eyebrows look. Now we're going to clean them up with concealer. My favorite concealer to use for my brows is this e.l.f. Concealer Quad. It looks like this. I use this first color here for the bottom of my eyebrows, and I use this last darker color for the top of my eyebrows. Is more closer to my skin tone, and you don't get that crazy halo effect. So this is for the top of my brows, this is for the bottom. So let's clean up these brows, honey. This is a flat, totally flat synthetic brush. So let's clean up these brows now. Get under that arch. Make sure it's nice and crisp. I just feel like it blends out better the farther you bring it down. So you just want a nice crisp, sharp line. So that's the first eyebrow. Now we're going to dip the brush again in concealer and do this one. I'm sorry guys, my cat is playing over there. And if you hear something, it's the cat. Okay. So now I'm going to take that darker concealer and do the top. I like to do the first halves of each brow, then do the tail. I don't know why. I'm kind of crazy. And notice I'm bringing the concealer out a little bit past where I stopped it, because when I blend it out, it just matches up perfect. Gonna bring that brush down to get a nice crisp tail like this. Look. I'm gonna dip in a little bit more concealer just to get a nice crisp tail. The concealer is your best friend, because no matter if you mess up, you can always clean it up with the concealer. Now, real quick, I'm going to take that brush we used with the brow powder and just fix this a little bit, because I thinned it out a little bit too much. So it literally takes me usually like 15 minutes to do my eyebrows, because I'm always going back and forth to get them perfect. So the longer you take on your brows, the better, honey. Yeah, I like that shape a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more brow powder and just fix that shape a little bit. This is honestly what I do every single day. I go back and forth. Yeah, that's better. Much, much better. Back in with the flat brush. Make sure this line is nice and crisp again, since we went back and fixed it. Now let's finish up the tail on the other side. Nice and crispy. Get a nice sharp line, go down a little bit. So these look pretty good. Now I'm going to take this other brush, it's like more of a larger, fluffier brush, and I'm going to blend out this concealer. blend, 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 honey. I go back in later when I do my foundation, of course, in my beauty blender and smooth everything out. But, you know, you want to make it a little bit easier on yourself when you get to your foundation. So next what I do is I take the other side, not the side that I blended out the concealer with, but the other side, and I go in the front and I just brush it out. Like this. This is how you get that natural look in the front of your brows. You see? See how it just blends itself out? You're going to have a crazy unibrow, but you fix that with the beauty blender. So, see how natural that looks? It looks crazy now, but it all comes together. Smooth out the lines for my eyebrows. Just make sure everything is nice and seamless. Now we're going to get rid of that unibrow. And look how nice and natural those brows look. Do you see how the front looks like hair? Well, it is hair. You see how you just blot away enough product so that the front of your eyebrow just looks natural? Look at these brows. I hope you guys enjoyed my brow routine. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to do you, boo. Bye, guys.